welcome to episode 3 of Two Manager Project Extra, where we take a deep dive into Halesowen season. Okay, season review. Halesowen had been expected to claim a top half finish, and they did just that. Do you know what? I thought they said mid-table, but I'm glad I still got it. The Yelts, that's obviously our nickname, struggled to find their best form at times, but were otherwise able to enjoy a campaign which saw them produce a highly respectable finish. We did do better towards the end there. You can kind of see there was a bit of a climb as things went on. I was happy to finish in 8th. Match of the season was our 4-2 away win against Banbury. That was a nice one, because I think I mentioned I lived in Banbury for about 30 years. You know, not that it means I should beat them, I'm just saying. You know, there's a link there. Moment to forget, Stourbridge 3-0 against Halesowen. Was I there? Can I say that I wasn't? And you know, August, I might have been. Yeah, I probably was. I can't look at the result for some reason. What a shame. Okay, average attendance, 12% full with 391. And we used 36 players, which is 5th of the 22 in the Southern Premier Central. Apparently we lost in the second qualifying round, if that means we got through the first qualifying round, if indeed we were in the first qualifying round, because, well, you know what happened to Bassett, and Bicester for that matter. English Southern League, Premier Central, finished 8th. Let's take a look at the end-of-season confidence review. Competition satisfied. Well, I met their expectations, so that's good. Matches satisfied. Well, we finished 8th. Club stature undecided. Well, I guess I haven't done anything yet with the club. I've only been there half season, and you know, achieve what they told me to achieve, kind of thing. Plans very pleased with James Hooper. So am I. I'm not lying to you. Transfers, they're satisfied at 63%. I guess 65 is, you know, happy or pleased or whatever. Let's see, what does it say for pleasement? Yeah. Well, oh no, that's weird. Only satisfied. Okay. Club philosophies. 58% satisfied. I know they want me to play attacking football. I believe that's the thing. Club finances, disappointed. Control of wages, wasn't that bad, was it? Let's see. Oops. Let's go to the finances and do it that way. Hang on. Whoops. Why am I so blind? It's next to board. There we go. Ooh. We're skint. We got over a. We've got a debt of over £140,000. And we're spending around about $400 over our wage budget. So yeah, I suppose that's fair enough. I think that must have only been towards the end of the season. I don't know. I didn't. Well, clearly, I obviously wasn't keeping an eye on it enough to not know. So yeah, need to be better at that next season. That's the funny thing, though. Manager 2 was better with the finances at Bicester. So he had a higher rating for that. But Manager 1 has always been rubbish. So as for the dressing room atmosphere, managerial support and tactics, they're all pleased. I mean, bearing in mind they obviously used to play 4-4-2, but they're quite pleased with my little 4-2-3-1 DM wide asymmetric MCR formation. I don't know why it's called that, but there you go. So yeah, that's good. Okay, Halesowen's players inducted into the overall best 11 squad. Let's see, we got Folks in goal. Kelly, Antonio, Beckett and Tonks in midfield. Hooper on the left with Augustian and Lawton. Lawton? Why do I not remember Lawton? And Gilpin on the right. I don't remember him much either. Oh, I see. That's because he's no longer there. He's at Merstham. I've never heard of that. But anyway. So where did Lawton go to? It's not letting me click on him, so I guess he must have retired. Ebanks Blake, who's a Barrow. And he's done okay at Barrow. Where are Barrow? Vanarama National League. Well, yeah, that's a bit of a step up, understandably so. What about Law? He's still with us, isn't he? Yes. I just offered him a new contract because, yeah, he was coming good at the end there. But apparently they used to play 4-4-2 before I came along, and I just screwed all that up for him. View best 11. Yeah, there we go. That gives you the ratings. Best one is Augustian. He's declined quite considerably in his physicals, unfortunately, this season. But in terms of his performances and stuff like that, and being in the right place with the right kind of pass, he's still a valuable player. I don't know how much longer he's going to be with us, or indeed how much longer he's going to be first choice. But I do need someone like him for the squad, so we'll see how that goes. So let's take a look now at... I'm waiting for that notification to disappear. There we go. You probably can't see it. Where are we? Let's see what this season's like. Yeah, there we go. They've got our tactics, I think, kind of. I didn't really quite play it like that, because I'm sure... Who's this guy? Akinola. What? I'm confused by what just happened. Oh, that's Ryan Suckling. Ryan Suckling plays at Boston. And Boston are Vanarama, I think. Northern Premier League, Premier Division. Okay, they're still... Wow. So, I need to look at his history. He did leave, obviously, just before I got there. But obviously, he hadn't been doing fantastically. Okay. Antonio we know about, Beckett we know about. He was on loan. I'm curious to know if he's got a new contract yet. Contract. Oh, I see. The loan's expiring, but so's his actual contract. Do we want him? It's a consideration. We'll go over that later. Okay, Finch we know about. Akinola. Boreham Wood, under 23s. Wow, he had nice physicals, look. How'd he done for Halesowen? Yeah, he'd done alright, I guess. He'd done well enough to attract Boreham Wood. Where are Boreham Wood again? That's the under 23s. Senior squad. Vanarama National. Yeah, that's, again, quite a big step up, I would say. Romeo Akinola. Okay, so Kelly at the back there. We know about him, don't we? Yeah, he's still with us. Look, thank God. Thank you. Stay with us, Jack. At least for now. Tonks we know about. Demkiv we know about. Hooper. And, of course, Law. So let's just take it back to 1819. Yeah, they were playing 4-4-2. Hughes. You can't click on him, so he's retired. I wonder if that's Lee Hughes. Anyway. Roberts. He's still here. He looks like somebody I grew up with. Guy called Martin. No, I shouldn't say his name out loud. Alright. Moving swiftly on. Lawton. Retired. Gilpin. We already saw him. Merstham. Kelly. Charlton. Who's he? Oh, he's an assistant manager now. Okay, well. How did he do? Oh, he was at Halesowen for a while. Didn't play much for a couple of seasons there, but... Okay. Who else? Morris. Edwards. Oh, he's still here. And I haven't played him much, have I? Well, he hasn't played much, but apparently made it into the last season back four. Well, that was interesting. Let's take a look at the Halesowen end of season awards. Okay, Fans Player of the Season, Callum Beckett. On loan, who I might try and sign. James Hooper in second, with Dan Demkiv in third. Goal of the season was Kenny Augustian's one against Bristol Manor Farm. I was here for that, I think. I think that might have even been close to one of my early games there. Anyway, let's view the goal. Oh yeah, definitely was there, because there's Mr. Finch, Augustian. Oh, it's a free kick. Look at that. Perfectly placed. I do remember that. That was a nice result against Bristol. Jack Finch, signing of the season. Young player of the season as well. So good for him. He has been good. I have been very happy with my choice of signing. As I say, I played with him a bit in 2018. And in fairness, he's slightly better in 2019, I would say. But he's done a good job since he's come here. Let's have a look. Yeah, 7.16 average rating over 19 games with a couple of goals, a couple of man of the matches, and a couple of assists too. So expecting big things moving forward, because I think he's considered good enough to be Vanarama potential, if memory serves. Let's have a look. I'm not finding where it said that before. Potentially be a Vanarama North-South central midfielder leading, which means he's a good Vanarama National too, so he might be with us a while, which is good because, you know, you need reliable players. If we take a look at the stats now, top goal scorer is Jason Law. Highest average rating, Kenny Augustian. Most assists, James Roberts, which considering I think he had a bit of injury issues this season. Let's have a look, injuries. Yeah, he was out for about 3 months. Not long after I joined, so, I mean, I'm guessing this doesn't count the people who've left. Kenny Augustian, best pass completion. Most player of the match awards, Jack Kelly and Callum Beckett. Well, that's a good sign, because if I do decide to continue with Beckett, if he'll sign for us, of course. Most yellow cards, Jack Kelly. Most red cards, Jack Kelly. Well, aren't you a bit fouly, young man? Okay, let's have a look at the injury report, and it looks like poor old Kemi, I keep calling him Kemi Augustian, missed 35%, with 4 injuries, the worst being a 3-month spell with a hip injury. Let's have a quick look at his injuries. Oh dear. Well, certainly this year, 2020, since the 18th of January, he pulled his groin, sprained his ankle ligaments and bruised his shin. So that's not too bad. But obviously, yeah, that hip injury wasn't good. I think I was here for that. I don't think I was here for the torn thigh muscle, though. But, treatment via specialist. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have done that, so chances are he didn't. But yeah, the way I have things set up with the training in terms of rest and such like, it does seem to be pretty good for, you know, keeping injuries down. Beyond that, James Roberts, well, we know about the torn thigh muscle because I think that was soon after I came. Dale Jennings we know about because that was soon after I signed him. Hallahan, I don't know if I remember that or not. And Josh Green, I don't know. I think he was on the mend. I think both him and Hallahan were on the mend when I arrived, and possibly Middleton too. But, well, it's a lot of knocks. A lot of little knocks, look, little 3 or 4 day jobbies. But, like I say, since I came along, things have been much better. And by I mean manager too, obviously, because I don't have a weird personality issue. Kind of got the same problem at Halesowen that Manager 1 has over at Wootton Bassett. We haven't got any team leaders, and Jack Kelly is our only highly influential player. I don't know why highly influential is a very difficult thing for me to say, but apparently it is. So yeah, apparently we've got a good core social group of 18 players, with only 3 who are considered others. Don't look at the others. Okay, let's have a review of Halesowen squad, have a bit of a dive in. We'll start with the team report. Squad depth. Okay, I haven't taken out all of the duplicates, and clearly we've got a better squad depth. Let's get it up to 2 stars. There we go. That's better. Jason Law, well, we know about him. He's been offered a new contract and will be staying. I think since I started playing him regularly, he did well. The other guy, Witherspoon, did awfully. I mean, he was awful. I don't think he got a goal when I played him at all. Yeah, look at that. Well, didn't get a goal for us at all, got 2 assists, which, as a lone striker, that's not great. So, he's not staying. Eaton Collins doesn't really play as a striker or a forward. He's better as a shadow striker or advanced playmaker, which he has played at during the season and hasn't done too badly. But, yeah, I feel like maybe it would be nice to try and get... Although I think I'm going to keep an eye on Law. I think I can see how he goes. He's only 21. I wouldn't mind a half-decent goal-scoring backup for him, but I'm very happy with, you know, how he did. And if he can sort of bring that form into the next season, he might well be the first-choice striker. Eaton Collins, I'm going to take him off that list, and Witherspoon too, because stuff you lot. Hooper, the fans have been very happy with Hooper. Saying that his performance has improved since I got there. The one slight issue I have, I want to play Dale Jennings in there, and I keep playing James Hooper as an inside forward. But you know what? He keeps doing it all right. So, what do? 37 appearances, 5 goals, 4 assists, 1 player in a match, 6.86. I don't know if that's split there. I know it isn't. It's the season split, but yeah, he's done well. Mr. Hooper. And then we go Dale Jennings, who I signed. He had a stormer of a start with 4 goals in 4 games with 2 assists, I think it was, and he's managed to chuck in a few more. Done well. He's a natural inside forward on the left, and he can naturally play right wing as a winger. So he's quite utilitarian in that respect. But like I say, playing inside forward left, he got a few goals doing that. So he's a goal-scoring threat that I'm not going to say that he'll keep Hooper out the side, because I'd like to rotate it between the two of them. But it's possible for them to play on the same side as well, which is nice. So if we take a look in the middle, we already talked about Eaton Collins. We've also got Mr. Freeman, Andy Freeman there. He's a natural shadow striker and advanced playmaker. And to be honest, a fairly decent backup in that position. It shows him as 3.5 stars. When you look, it says 2 stars. Maybe that's just his ability or role ability. But anyway, that's not bad. I'm pretty much happy with that. They've both played reasonably well, I think. Yeah, he's just a tad above average. And Mr. Freeman, I think, was also a tad above average. So rotate the two of them out, maybe, but they're the right role for the right position. It's not a lot of depth, I know, but out on the right we've got Mr. Roberts, who likes to play as a winger. I did have him play up front because he was natural as a pressing forward, if memory serves, and I think he did score a couple. Overall, he's done 7 goals in 20 games with 6 assists, and again, above average rating. Again, I don't feel like there's too much trouble up front. If we look at the midfield, Jack Finch. Very happy with Jack Finch. He's a very nice signing. As you know, I've gone on about that, I know already. But he's definitely our anchor. I think that, well, we can take Augustine out of there, and we'll take Finch out of there, to be fair. I think Augustine, if he doesn't retire, because I've just got with... For whatever reason, these physical sort of deteriorations make me think he's going to pop along and say, I'm retiring, mate. But I might be wrong about that. But he's going to stay around because of how well he's done. But he's going to be a backup, I think. I need a bit more than that. Josh Green plays best as a right back. Can we... Mr. Freeman, he's backup at best for down there, which when you can... Well, yeah, I mean... He can play there. What is he? Accomplished? Yeah. It's obviously not the ideal first choice. I'm going to take him out of there. Mr. Sargent, you're a central defender. So no, you don't belong there either. If we check our defensive midfield, yeah, you can stay out of there. We need backup for Mr. Finch. Even though, like I say, he was pretty solid. Let's have a look at his injuries. Well, he had a bruised head, took him out for 8 days against Tamworth. I remember that, actually. And prior to that... Oh, no. I didn't remember that. That was while he was still at Banbury, because we're in 2020 now, so he's not had an injury in a couple of years. Look at that. Still, wouldn't mind some backup for him. If we take a look at the back four, we've got a certain amount. Well, Josh Green's better off as a right back, so I'm taking that out. What was Sargent against centre back? You know what? I completely missed looking at my right wing because I forgot about Demkiv. Demkiv has done great as a backup, above average, 3 goals, 5 assists. He was covering for injuries and such like. Again, part of the rotation, I think. And I've got Jennings there. We've already looked at him. He can play on the right too. I'm just going to knock him off from there. So, to the back four. Get rid of Antonio there. Get rid of middle there. Get rid of Sargent there. Get rid of Beckett there. Oops. And Finch. You're not staying there. Morris and Knight. Okay. Well, Antonio did alright. He's not super tall. You know me, I like my tall defenders. I like my tall players in general. If you look at the Oldham squad, they've got quite a tall squad. Or a tall first team on the game, at least. Well, he's going to be staying. Unless somebody's come for... No, nobody's come for him. He's going to be staying with us. Is Mr. Antonio. Sargent we've already had a look at. Morris Edwards. He's more of a backup. And that's what he's played this season with below average performance, but that's okay. It's not enough games, really. Middleton. Didn't I? Yes. Hang on a minute here. I just want to have a look at something. Yes, I signed him, and unfortunately he'd already played at Boston Stourbridge, so he wasn't allowed to play for us, but he's now showing up in my choices list, and I got a funny feeling that he's a right back. He is. He's a no-nonsense right back, although he's also natural centre defence, so that's a good strength, good backup there. He's not particularly quick, though, but good leadership, good teamwork, good work rate. He'll be all right. He'll do well for us, I think. Poor technique, apparently. Who else? In fact, I feel like I should take him out of there. Beckett we know about. Have I tried to sign Beckett yet? I didn't even check his contract. Let's see. Oh, it expires, so let's try. End of contract. Oh, for God's sakes. Transfer. End of contract. Automatic. You figure it out, mate. And I'm not going to interfere like I did with the others, because you never know. Maybe the director of football will do better than I did. Lewis Knight, 22 years old, 2 stars. Played alright as a backup. I don't think he's going to be much more than that next season either. So, Middleton, we know about. Sam Tonks, he's not done too badly, and apparently somebody wants him. But again, young player. Certainly got a decent future. If he improves. Beckett we know about. Why is he showing up? Oh, I see. He's also a certified right back. And then Josh Green, who plays best at right back. Or does he play best at central midfield? No, definitely plays best at right back. He's a bit of a utilitarian player, but... So, looking at that... Oh, and of course, Mr. Folks. You know what? 5 pros and no cons. There you go. He's going to be a Vanarama North South goalkeeper in the future. But he is our #1 goalkeeper. And he's only 19 years old. Again, this is screaming out for me to sign a more experienced goalkeeper to replace him, because look at the depth. And before we go into the main squad, I'm going to show you something on this squad that is an issue. Look at my youth team. It's awful. In fact, the only people who are showing any skill there. Let's go by age. Yeah, the only people who are showing any skill there are people who are playing in the first team and just available for the under-18s. Okay. He's on loan? Yeah, he's at Ashford. Okay, that's good. So we've got a few loans out there, but look at the potential here. It's just awful. You got maybe Jack Hornby. But I mean, it's yeah. The youth intake has not been comparable to Bassett in any way, shape, or form. So we don't have the option of maybe bringing in youth players to cover first team players. That being said, we do have a bigger wage budget. So if we take a look at the, we'll take a look at the potential first. Starting at the bottom, Kemi Augustian, we've already talked about. He might not have much of a future. At best, he'll be staying around as support, I think, as a backup. Sorry, Josh Green. Bit of a utilitarian. Wayne Taylor out on loan. Eaton Collins. Again, he's got good potential. I mean, that's the thing. There's a lot of decent potential in this side. Let's have a look at the ability. Our best player is Jack Finch, of course. As we knew. James Roberts. How's he done? We've talked a lot about him already. Have we? We did talk a bit about him, yes. James Hooper, Jack Sargent, Jack Kelly. I don't know if we talked too much about Kelly. But yeah, we got good ability round to about here. And then 2.5 stars down to 2 stars. I don't think, I mean, for example, Josh Barnes, he's been a backup for the first team. He's managed a few appearances, 13 as a sub, 2 starts. And he's thriving off the back of it by the looks of things. So, again, I'm going to keep him around, but I feel like I need to loan out some of these players. Who's got the biggest wage? James Roberts. That's alright, he's our top player pretty much. Let's also have a look at the ages. It's a slightly, well, again, maybe because of the team leader issue, as I talked about earlier, although I will say this, I got a strong feeling that Jack Finch is going to become a team leader at some point. His leadership's improved, he's very determined, and he's considered a team leader, I believe. I don't know where I would see that. Let's have a look into the report. Oh, look at all these things. Leading Vanarama North South. We already talked about that. Okay, well, like I say, a lot of potential, but not a lot of depth. And as we don't have the youth players to back it up too, I'm definitely going shopping. Back to the squad depth. Yeah, I feel like I need a couple of stars. You know what I mean? Maybe a strong super centre half. Maybe a superstar goalkeeper, but definitely a strong centre half. I think I'm going to look for an experienced goalkeeper, an experienced centre half, and a strong one. A young backup for the left back. Maybe an experienced or young player to back up Finch. Probably a young player, I would say. For this position, well, that might be the perfect place to get a star, if you know what I mean, or get a biggish name player. I don't know what the finances are going to be like for that, of course, but I've got some players to let go, so we'll see. And I would love maybe to add some depth up front. I've also got to consider loans, of course, which I didn't even think about with Bassett. So, but they will be secondary based on what I can actually sign that offers the best options for the club. For example, I don't necessarily want to sign a lone goalkeeper and have Folks as backup unless it's something spectacular, because you're just backing up a 19-year-old with an 18-year-old or something. So we'll see. Okay, well, if you enjoyed that, please do give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.